awakening to the gift within. Have you ever wondered what it would feel like to hold the power to shift your reality in an instant? What if I told you that this power isn't something distant or elusive, it's already within you? This isn't some abstract concept or a mystical idea meant only for monks meditating in caves. No, this is something real, something alive, and it's a gift from God, waiting for you to discover it. You've carried this power your entire life, but maybe, just maybe, you've forgotten how to use it. Today we're going to awaken it together. Let me start by asking you something. When was the last time you truly felt in control of your life? Not just going through the motions or reacting to circumstances, but genuinely feeling aligned with every breath, every thought, and every action. If you're honest, you might admit that those moments are rare, perhaps fleeting. But the truth is, they don't have to be. The power to shift your reality instantly is rooted in our connection to something far greater than ourselves. Some call it God, Source, the divine, the universe.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lessons.
Whatever name resonates with you, it is the infinite intelligence that breathes life into everything. And here's the most important thing: it flows through you. Now, let's break this down. Reality, as we perceive it, is not as rigid or fixed as it seems. Quantum physics tells us that at the most fundamental level, everything is energy. The chair you're sitting on, the thoughts you're thinking, even the emotions you're feeling, they're all vibrations. And just like a radio, you have the ability to tune the frequency of your energy to match the reality you desire. The question is, are you tuning consciously, or are you stuck on a channel you no longer enjoy? Think about this. Every decision you've ever made, every thought you've ever entertained, has led you to this exact moment. But what if you could step beyond the limitations of time and space, beyond the script of your past, and shift to a higher version of yourself? Not tomorrow, not next year, but right now. You might be wondering, how is that even possible? The answer lies in understanding the two most powerful forces within you: your awareness and your intention. Awareness is the foundation of everything. Without it, we're like sleepwalkers, moving through life but never truly living. Awareness is the light of God within you, illuminating the path forward. It's the gentle but profound realization that you are not your thoughts, your emotions, or even your circumstances. You are the observer, the eternal presence behind it all. But awareness alone isn't enough. You need intention. Intention is the force that shapes energy into form. It's like a sculptor's hands, taking the raw clay of potential and molding it into something beautiful. So how do we awaken this divine gift? Here's where it gets practical. Close your eyes for a moment and take a deep breath. Feel the air entering your lungs, nourishing every cell in your body. Now, bring your attention to your heart, not just the physical organ, but the energetic center of your being. This is the seat of your soul, the bridge between the physical and the spiritual. As you focus on your heart, ask yourself, what reality am I choosing to create in this moment? Notice the word choosing. You see, most of us unconsciously create by default, allowing old patterns, fears, and beliefs to dictate our lives. But when you bring awareness and intention together, you step into your true power as a co-creator with God. For example, let's say you're feeling stuck in a cycle of scarcity, whether it's financial, emotional, or spiritual. Instead of trying to force change externally, shift your internal state first. Remember, reality doesn't change because you will it to. It changes because you become a vibrational match for the reality you desire. Begin by embodying the feeling of abundance. What would it feel like to know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that you are supported by the infinite? How would you walk, speak, and think if you truly believed you were worthy of all the good life has to offer? Feel it now, as if it's already true. Because here's the secret: to shift your reality instantly, you must act as if the shift has already occurred. This brings us to the concept of faith, not blind faith, but living faith. Faith is the bridge between the seen and the unseen, the known and the unknown. It's the unwavering trust that God's gift of creation flows through you, even if you can't yet see the results with your physical eyes. Think about it: when you plant a seed in the ground, you don't doubt that it will grow. You nurture it, water it, and trust that nature will do its part. Why, then, do we struggle to trust in the seeds of our desires? What if the same divine intelligence that grows a tree from a tiny seed is also orchestrating the fulfillment of your dreams? The only thing standing in the way is your resistance, your doubt, fear, and attachment to how things should look. So let me ask you again, what reality are you choosing to create right now? And more importantly, are you willing to surrender the old version of yourself to step into something greater? Because here's the truth: shifting reality isn't about fixing what's broken. It's about remembering that nothing was ever broken to begin with. Your current reality is simply a reflection of your past thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Change those, and the reflection changes too. I want you to sit with this idea for a moment. Imagine your life as a movie, with you as both the actor and the director. If you don't like the scene you're in, do you keep playing the same role, or do you rewrite the script? The choice is always yours. But here's the catch: to create a new script, you must let go of the old one. That means releasing the stories you've told yourself about who you are and what's possible. It means stepping into the unknown with faith, knowing that the same power that created the stars also lives within you. Now, before we dive deeper, I want you to reflect on this. If God has given you the power to shift your reality instantly, why aren't you using it? What stories, fears, or beliefs are keeping you stuck? And most importantly, are you ready to let them go? The hidden mechanism of divine power that shapes reality. Let's get real for a second. If everything you've ever wanted is already within your reach, and I mean everything, why does it seem like life keeps throwing curveballs? Why does it feel like no matter how hard you try, you're stuck in the same patterns, the same struggles, the same disappointments? The answer isn't that the universe is against you or that you're broken. It's that most of us are operating on autopilot, unaware of how the system really works. Here's the deal: reality isn't something happening to you. It's something happening through you. It's like a mirror, reflecting not what you think you want, but who you are in this moment. That's where most people get it wrong. They think they can wish their way into a better life, dreaming and hoping without ever addressing the deeper mechanics of how reality works. Let's strip away the fluff and break it down. At its core, reality operates on vibration. Every thought, every action, every emotion carries a frequency. It's like tuning into a radio station. If you're broadcasting on a frequency of fear, lack, or doubt, then that's exactly what the mirror of reality will show you. Not because you're being punished, but because the universe, in its infinite intelligence, is designed to give you exactly what you're aligned with. It's not personal, it's just the way energy works. It's why some people seem to thrive effortlessly, while others grind endlessly without results. They're playing different frequencies. The good news? You can change your frequency instantly. You don't need years of effort or some mystical initiation. The power has always been within you. The question is, do you even realize you're holding the controls? Let me give you an example. Think of a person walking into a room full of strangers. If they're radiating confidence, people are drawn to them. Smiles, conversations, opportunities, all of it flows naturally. But if they walk into that same room carrying the energy of insecurity, the vibe is completely different. People instinctively pull away. It's not the room that changed. It's not the strangers. It's the energy being broadcast. And here's the kicker: you're doing this every single second of your life, whether you realize it or not. You're broadcasting your vibe, and the universe is responding in real time. Now let's take it deeper. What if we zoomed out and looked at your entire life through this lens? What if your relationships, your finances, your health, all of it is just a reflection of the energy you've been holding? This isn't about blaming yourself. It's about finally understanding how much power you have. Because once you see reality for what it truly is, you'll never look at it the same way again. Let's talk about the mechanism behind this power. It's deceptively simple, but most people overlook it entirely. The mechanism is your focus. Wherever you place your attention, energy flows. And where energy flows, creation happens. Sounds obvious, right? But here's the catch: most of us have no idea where our focus actually is. We think we're focused on what we want, but in reality, we're stuck obsessing over what we don't want. We're replaying old fears, doubts, and failures in our minds, and then wondering why those same patterns keep showing up in our lives. Think about it for a moment. How much of your mental energy is spent imagining worst-case scenarios? How often do you catch yourself worrying about things you don't want to happen? Every time you do, you're unintentionally tuning your vibration to the very reality you're trying to avoid. It's like ordering food at a restaurant and then yelling at the waiter for bringing you exactly what you asked for. So how do you shift this? The first step is awareness, not just noticing your thoughts, but noticing the energy behind them. Every thought carries a charge. Some thoughts lift you up and others drag you down. The trick is to stop feeding the ones that don't serve you. It's not about fighting them or suppressing them. That only gives them more power. Instead, it's about redirecting your focus to something that feels expansive, empowering, alive. Let's say you're struggling financially. Most people in that situation focus all their energy on the problem: bills, debt, lack of opportunities. And what happens? They stay stuck because their vibration is consumed by lack. But what if, even for a moment, they shifted their focus to something different? Not in a fake, positive vibes only kind of way, but in a way that feels real. What if they started focusing on possibilities, on gratitude for what they already have, on the feeling of abundance, even if it's small? That shift in focus changes everything, because it changes the frequency they're broadcasting. Here's the crazy part: this isn't just some spiritual theory. Science backs it up. Studies in neuroscience have shown that the brain can't tell the difference between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. When you focus on a thought or a feeling with enough intensity, your brain starts rewiring itself as if that reality is already true. You're literally reprogramming yourself on a cellular level. And when your internal state shifts, the external world has no choice but to follow. This leads us to one of the most overlooked aspects of this power, the role of emotions. Your emotions are the fuel for creation. Thoughts alone aren't enough. You can think about what you want all day long, but if your emotions are rooted in fear or doubt, you'll stay stuck. It's the feeling behind the thought that creates the vibration. This is why gratitude is so powerful, not just as a concept, but as a practice. Gratitude shifts your emotional state instantly. It raises your vibration and aligns you with the energy of abundance, love, and joy. And when you're aligned with those frequencies, reality mirrors them back to you. Let's try something right now. Take a moment to think about one thing in your life you're grateful for. It doesn't have to be big. Maybe it's the sunlight streaming through your window. Maybe it's the breath in your lungs. Now really feel it. Let that gratitude fill your entire body. Notice how your energy changes. That's the power we're talking about. It's not complicated. It's not something you have to earn. It's simply a matter of choice, choosing where to place your focus, choosing which emotions to fuel, choosing which vibration to broadcast. But here's where things get interesting. This isn't just about creating a better life for yourself. The energy you broadcast doesn't just affect you, it affects everyone around you. Have you ever noticed how some people walk into a room and instantly lift the vibe, while others seem to drain it? That's not an accident. Your energy is contagious. When you shift your vibration, you're not just shifting your personal reality. You're contributing to the collective field of energy that we all share. You're literally helping to raise the vibration of the planet. So the question isn't just, what reality do you want to create for yourself? It's, what kind of energy are you adding to the world? Because every thought, every emotion, every action ripples outward in ways you can't even imagine. This is the hidden mechanism of divine power, the realization that we're all connected, that your choices don't just shape your life, they shape the fabric of reality itself. Let's pause here for a moment. What are you broadcasting right now? What kind of ripple are you sending into the world? And more importantly, are you willing to take full responsibility for it? Living as the architect of miracles, the final step to mastery. Here's where it all comes together. You know you have this power. You felt it stirring inside you, even if only for a moment. Maybe it was during a quiet walk, or when life forced you to let go of everything you thought you needed. In those moments of clarity, it's undeniable you are part of something infinite, and that infinity moves through you. But how do you live this truth every day? How do you stop being a spectator in your own life and start shaping your reality on purpose? Let's get into it. The first thing you need to understand is that miracles aren't random. They aren't reserved for the lucky or the chosen. They're the natural result of alignment. When your energy, thoughts, and emotions line up with the truth of who you are, a limitless creator, what you call a miracle becomes inevitable. The problem is, most of us don't live in alignment. We're pulled in 100 different directions, caught between who we think we should be, what others expect of us, and the stories we've been carrying for years. That's why living as the architect of miracles requires one crucial shift: ownership. Ownership means taking full responsibility for your life, not just the good parts, but all of it. Every situation, every interaction, every experience is either something you've consciously created or unconsciously allowed. This isn't about blame, it's about power. When you stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances and start recognizing your role in shaping them, you reclaim the power you've been giving away. And here's the thing: you cannot create miracles from a place of blame, shame, or avoidance. Ownership is the foundation of mastery. Let's break it down practically. Start with your current reality. Not the one you wish you had, or the one you're hoping will show up someday, the one you're living right now. Look at it honestly. What patterns keep showing up? What's working and what isn't? Most people are afraid to do this because they think it's an admission of failure, but it's the opposite. You can't redesign a house without first seeing its blueprint. This isn't about judging yourself. It's about awareness, seeing things clearly so you can make empowered choices. Now, here's the part most people miss. Ownership doesn't just apply to the outer world. It's about your inner world too. Your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs, these are the real architects of your reality. For example, if you constantly tell yourself, "I'm not good enough," or "things never work out for me," that's the blueprint your energy is working from. And no matter how much effort you put into changing the outside world, the inside world will keep pulling you back to the same patterns. Ownership means taking responsibility for what you're feeding your mind and heart every single day. This leads to the next step: intention. Intention is like the North Star of your energy. Without it, you're drifting, reacting, surviving. With it, everything changes. Here's where most people get stuck. They think intention is about forcing things to happen. It's not. Intention is about clarity. It's about knowing deep in your bones what you're choosing to create and why. When your intention is clear, your actions, thoughts, and feelings naturally align with it, and the universe responds in kind. But here's the catch: intention without commitment is meaningless. You can't just wish for a new reality and expect it to show up. You have to embody it. That means living as if it's already true, not someday, not when things get better, but now. If you want to shift to a reality of abundance, you have to stop acting from lack. If you want to shift to a reality of love, you have to stop acting from fear. It's that simple and that challenging. But the more you commit, the easier it becomes, because commitment creates momentum, and momentum creates transformation. Now let's talk about the most overlooked part of this process: surrender. This isn't about giving up, it's about letting go of control. Most people think they need to micromanage reality, plan every detail, predict every outcome. But that's not how miracles work. Miracles happen when you trust the intelligence of the universe to fill in the gaps. Your job is to set the intention, align your energy, and take inspired action. The how is not your responsibility. When you try to control the how, you're operating from a place of doubt. But when you surrender the how, you're operating from a place of trust. And trust is the gateway to miracles. Here's a practical example. Let's say you're trying to manifest a new job. You've set the intention, visualized the outcome, and started taking steps toward it. But then doubt creeps in. What if it doesn't happen? What if I'm not qualified? What if I fail? That's when most people sabotage themselves. They let fear pull them out of alignment. But if you're operating from trust, you don't entertain those thoughts. You stay focused on the feeling of already having what you desire, and you let the universe handle the details. Maybe the job shows up in a way you didn't expect. Maybe it takes longer than you thought. It doesn't matter. Trust means knowing it's already done, even if you can't see it yet. This brings us to the final piece of the puzzle: presence. You can't shift your reality if you're constantly living in the past or the future. The only place where your power exists is now. This moment is where creation happens. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, but now. Presence is what allows you to access the full power of your awareness and intention. It's what keeps you grounded in your truth, no matter what's happening around you. Here's how you practice it whenever you catch yourself drifting into worry, regret, or distraction. Bring your attention back to this moment. Feel your breath. Notice the sensations in your body. Remind yourself that right now, in this moment, you have everything you need. This isn't just a mental exercise, it's a vibrational reset. The more present you are, the more aligned you become, and the more effortlessly reality begins to shift. Now let's tie it all together. Living as the architect of miracles isn't about chasing something outside of you. It's about realizing that the power to create is already within you. It's about taking ownership of your energy, setting clear intentions, committing to the reality you want, trusting the process, and staying present in the now. This isn't something you do once and forget about. It's a way of being a new operating system for your life. So here's the real question. Are you ready to use this power? Not someday, not when things feel perfect, but right now. Are you ready to take ownership of your energy, your focus, your choices? Are you ready to live intentionally, to trust in the unseen, to show up as the version of yourself that already has what you desire? Because the truth is, no one else can do this for you. The power is yours, and it always has been. This is God's gift to you, not something you earn, but something you remember. You've already shifted countless times without realizing it. Every moment you've ever lived has brought you to this one. The question is, what will you do with it? Will you keep replaying the same patterns, or will you step into the version of yourself that you've always known you could be? The choice is yours, and the time is now.